sensation. Shake it! You're under sedation! Here we go! Let's do time again. Let's do time again.
Hey, what's up everybody? I know this video was like a long time coming, but I kind of lost some footage, to be honest with you, and so I feel like it just wasn't meant to be, because I accidentally lost the footage, but some of the footage. But I do have a few clips from my Tower Terror 10 Mile weekend, the race that I did, and I decided to do as much as I can with the footage I got while speaking and reviewing the Tower Terror 10 Miler. Basically, it's one of the Run Disney races that they have a ton of races both in Disney World and in Disneyland throughout the year, and this one is held in October, and basically it is themed around a Tower Terror and the villains taking over Disney World. And we run for 10 miles. It was awesome. It was hot, but awesome, and I really enjoyed it. It was my first Run Disney race, and I had a ball. And so basically, I just want to talk a little bit about it, giving my review on it, my recap. And basically, I arrived on Friday morning and went straight to package pickup, got my package. The expo was very small compared to what I've heard with others, like the Princess and the Half Marathons. I'm pretty sure those are packed. And, you know, Tinkerbell and Disneyland Half Marathon and Walt Disney World Marathon weekend, I know those are like packs. But this one, it was so laid back, it was so chill. The expo was like, it was a people there, but it was not as hectic. It wasn't crowded. Everybody was like having good energy, good vibes. The vendors out there were a lot of fun. I got a lot of free samples on running gear and got a lot of information. If I want to buy some running gear for my next couple of races, I can order from these companies. And it was just a lot of fun. I got to meet Jeff Galloway, who is an Olympic runner, and he is the consultant for Run Disney. He's the one who makes all the training programs that are on the Run Disney site that you can use. He created like the run walk method basically, and so got a chance to meet him. That was real cool. Got a chance to meet a lot of other Run Disney like celebrities or whatever who work for Run Disney and are well known throughout that whole spectrum. And got to watch some panels, and they had a lot of photo ops. We got to take pictures with like green screens, and behind you you're like in the Hollywood Tower Hotel as a ghost. That was like the coolest backdrop screen picture I've ever seen. But that was the expo. The next day was, that morning was the 5K and the kids races, and of course the 10 miles was that night. So I didn't get a chance to make it to watch the kids races or the 5K, but I did go back to do part 2 of the expo, see some panels that I might have missed because I was on the plane coming to Florida from Memphis, and did some last minute shopping, stuff like that. Then chilled out at downtown Disney, hung out there, and then just relaxed and took a nap in my hotel because that night I knew that I had to run 10 miles. And so that night, hopped on the bus at 7 o'clock, went there, checked my bags in, and of course it was DJs, music, everybody was in costumes. I think my favorite costumes were these two guys. They were dressed up as Sorcerer Mickey and Chernobyl. That was like my favorite Run Disney costume I've seen. A lot of people from the running Facebook groups, a lot of people from who I follow on Instagram and who follow me, and we've been helping each other out through training, encouraging each other, people who've encouraged me throughout my entire training journey. I got a chance to meet them and see them, and it was awesome. I mean, the atmosphere was legit the best. And I mean, it was Disney. What can you say? I mean, I've ran a lot of local 5Ks, and it was like okay, but it was a totally different ball game. And so we danced, we party, had a great time in the parking lot of Hollywood Studios, and finally they started lining people up in their corals. I was like coral I, so that was like next to the last coral. And so I was in crawl I. It was a bunch of people, but they moved, for it to be a lot of people, it moved rather swiftly and rather smoothly, and they got through each crawl like every 5 minutes. So we didn't have to wait long before we got to that start line. And so at the start, fireworks pop up, they say go, you hear the Twilight Zone theme music, like din 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 din, and you hear rock, you hear the narrator's voice in the background, and it's just all spooky, and like you just start running. So we run out of Hollywood Studios and into I-4, and the first character we see is the evil queen as the old hag in her little spooky cauldron. And I thought that was like, I wish I would have stopped to the picture with her, but the line was like super long, and I was trying to keep up with my pace that I've trained for. But there was one regret that I wish I would have did. Next time I'm going to do. If I ever see her again, I'm going to stop. I don't care how long that line is. But, and then they had on this little lake off the interstate where it just shot out fire, and it was just crazy. And then by the time, so I get to mile 1, no problem. Mile 2, we got it. Headed up to Animal Kingdom. You see the Animal Kingdom parade guys on stilts and all these wonderful characters and stuff. We see they had a lot of villain stops, a lot of characters on this, like on every mile it was a character. And it was awesome. And they had DJs out playing music and stuff. And finally I get to mile 3, and my leg gives out. Like I have a really sharp, crazy pain in my right leg. And that was like legit the worst pain I ever felt in my life. I don't know what happened, but it was like someone was stabbing me with a knife. But I kept pushing. I was like, I'm not going to give up. I trained for 6 months to do this race. I am not giving up. So I was like, just get me to mile. I started praying. I was like, just get me to mile 4. Get to mile 4. Then I was like, okay, just get me to mile 5. Get to mile 5. I was like, good. And then I believe once we got to mile 5, we were at the ESPN Wide World of Sports complex. So I was like, okay, mile 5, give me mile 6. Got to mile 6, and that was going around the complex. So I made it to mile 6. Then I started seeing like the sweepers, and I got kind of scared and nervous, and I was panicking, but I was like, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go as fast as I can. I'm going to run, give it all my got, regardless of this sharp pain in my knee, how horrible it feels. I'm not going to let this knee injury ruin this experience for me. So I took in the sights. I took pictures. I met the grave diggers from the Haunted Mansion. I got a picture with them. I got a picture with a lot of other villains. I was like, if I'm going to get swept for being too slow, I'm going to at least make the best of this, you know? And so mile 6 got out. So let me at least get to mile 7. So getting to mile 7, it's like after you leave the Wide World of Sports complex center. And so so it's like you're going through the parking lot to get back on the interstate, and basically, so I was like, just give me to that mile 7 marker. If you give me to mile 7 miles out of 10, I'm good. I know I've trained hard for this. I know I did my best. I can't help that I got a knee injury. I don't know how I got this knee injury, but I can't help that. So I was like, just give me to mile 7. So finally the sweepers start coming by, and one of the ladies on the bikes, one of the volunteers, she was real nice. She was like, you know, we supposed to get you off the course at this time, but I'm going to let you get to mile 7. And I was like, thank God. Like, I was so grateful for her and the other sweepers who were so kind, because I was like almost one of the last people on the course. That's how behind I was. It was probably like 3 or 4 more people behind me, but I think they got swept like between mile 6 and mile 7. In that range. I think it got swept around that range. But the lady, she stayed with me, and we made it all the way to mile 7. Once we got to mile 7, hopped on that bus. I was kind of disappointed a little bit because I didn't make it all the way to 10 miles. But after that knee in my pain, I was so happy to get on that bus and sit down. I was like, woo. Because I've never had a pain like that in my life. It really felt like someone stabbed me with a knife in my knee. And so, but I did not let that get me down, you know. The bus took us to back to Hollywood Studios, and as soon as we got off the bus, there were volunteers there to give us our medals. They put it on us just like if we were to cross the finish line. You know, they were excited, like, yeah, you did it, you know, congratulating us. And I wore that medal with pride. Like, I love that freaking medal. Like, I still wear that medal sometimes with pride. Just around the house, not in public, because people in Memphis be like, why the heck is she wearing a medal? But, you know, it was awesome. That experience was awesome. Then the after party at Hollywood Studios, despite the fact that I feel like I couldn't walk with that knee injury and stuff, I still was like, I'm not leaving Hollywood Studios until I ride the Tower of Terror. You cannot run the Tower of Terror 10-miler and not ride the Tower of Terror. It's just, that would be stupid. That would be insane to do all that training, go to these parks, run these parks, and not at least ride the rides that they're based off of. And so there was like a 10-minute wait, like. And although it was thousands of runners there, it was thousands of people there. You know, runners, their families, their kids, yada, yada, yada. But I guess they were all tired and hot and didn't feel like doing nothing, because it was just a 10-minute wait to get on that ride. And it really felt like just a walkthrough, just walking through. And so I got on that ride. I think I rode like twice. But we took awesome pictures with our medals, just like posing like, yeah, we got this, we did this, we ran, you know. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun. The atmosphere was crazy. People were hot. People were tired, but we did not care. We were meeting the rest of the villains around the parks. I think I took pictures like the Stepsisters and Lady Tremaine and a whole bunch of other people. They had the villain from Mulan and some other people there. It was just awesome. Stitch was there because for some reason the Tower of Terror 10-miler decided to make Stitch their mascot. But hey, I like Stitch, so it was awesome. Awesome experience. I want to do that race again, but my goal is to do every Run Disney race, which is why my next race for right now will be the Princess Half Marathon. That race was amazing. I don't regret it, and even though I didn't complete all 10 miles, I made it to 7. It's like I said, 7 out of 10, not bad, especially for it being my first big endurance race. I've done 5Ks, but I've never done like a longer than 3 miles, and that was like awesome, and I don't regret it, and I plan on doing it again, and I hope to run and complete the Princess Half Marathon with no injuries. I'm working on that. That's why, even though the race isn't until next year, I'm going to start working on that now, running and training now, improve my run-walk methods, change intervals and stuff, and just come back at it hard on y'all and earn that princess medal. Also, I want to do the 10K. They add a new 10K to it this year, but I won't be doing the race till next year. So hopefully I can do the 10K and the half and be considered, you know, the glass slipper challenge. I think that's what they call it. So yeah, this isn't the last that Run Disney will see of me. I am going to continue and reach my goals of running all their races, including the ones in California. So that's it, all I have on that review of the Tower of Terror 10-miler, and I will see y'all later.